But welcome back to Five's the Crowd. Let me introduce the table. We got Cam.
Hello.
Chris.
Hello.
Tony.
Hey.
Zach.
Hola.
Myself, Austin. Today we're doing not special, but it's something we love to do called a Vomlet. And in the news, in our personal lives, things going on in the world. And stay tuned. We got a lot of big things coming your way.
Good stuff.
Good stuff, I might say.
Like my wife.
What?
Did you just call your wife that?
No.
Was that a small wiener joke?
Yes, that was a
Okay.
small wiener joke.
Got it.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
You said there's a lot of big things coming their way, and I said, unlike my wife.
Oh,
I took it as
unlike-
your wife is the big thing coming our way.
No.
I just pictured the
No.
friggin' I just pictured
Whoa.
the Kool-Aid man
The Kool-Aid
busted
man?
through. But it's Kara. She's like, oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
I was thinking we were going to have a surprise on our hands. Ooh.
Heaven forbid, no.
Are you fixed?
Yeah, and so is she.
Okay, both ends.
They're like us, snipped on both ends.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I should probably take that into account after this next one pops out.
What next one?
What?
Yeah,
What?
that's right. I'm having a baby.
Another girl.
Oh, dude. Bro, yeah, we're having another
Cam's
baby.
Another one.
Congratulations.
What is it?
That's
Congrats.
awesome.
It's another
What is it?
baby.
They haven't.
and it's a boy. It's a freaking boy.
No way.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
It's
Look,
a
we're all
boy.
freaking boys. Oh my gosh. Cheers.
We're having a boy.
Hey, give me all
Perfect.
week. Yeah, I'll transfer STDs. Okay, there you go.
Dude, that was perfect then. I didn't even
I was about to ask
Look
you,
at
you
you.
in on
plan
this?
that. No.
Look at you.
I didn't even plan
You
that.
just you
Wait,
just
you
knew it in your
so
soul.
you're that far along?
Bro, we're doing January.
Right on.
Hey, he dropped this ball on me on our recent Men Try video when we got massages.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been trying to tell you since Father's Day. I'm like, since Father's Day?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Kidding me?
How hard is it to say something?
I needed the right time.
But
And then I would forget. And I'd be like, oh, wait, yeah. Oh, wait, this is happening.
I get it.
for
Oh
Cam's
my gosh! You
future.
want to know what's hilarious? Is I'm sure he was
Joining
waiting,
you.
I'm sure he was waiting for a hot video because historically on Men Try we've done it on hot videos.
Yeah.
And the very next video that we filmed after he surprised me on the massage was a hot video. Had he just waited
I
one
was
more
like,
week.
oh, my gosh.
Oh, so funny.
Oh, you're getting a
That's-
boy.
Yeah,
Wow.
I thought you were destined to knock the balls off of all of them.
so did I.
Like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now, see, you should have just tried for 4.
No.
In fairness, this is Cam's third. So,
Yeah, technically, like I'm in that realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my third
Yeah.
and fourth at the same time.
So you should have just adopted a boy, because then you'd kind of be like Cam,
He
except
can
you're
still
adopting.
adopt.
You're
There you
adopting
go.
at the end. He did it at the beginning.
Exactly.
It's true.
There you go. Adopt a boy.
Take a page out of Chris's book
Works
as well.
perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
Chris is, well, assuming last.
I got
You never
thrown
know.
into that book, and I wouldn't take it back.
Are you
He's
gonna-
got 2
hey,
more adoptions to go.
Have you guys considered another?
I have.
Oh,
I mean, it's a
You
fair
can't get
question.
pregnant, Chris.
I can raise a child. I didn't know you could skip that process and just buy one.
you can buy them now.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You know, Jess and I were talking, and Cam, you and I are
Oh,
the same
man.
in that we both went girl, boy. If
Uh-huh.
you go
Yeah.
without the adoption,
The ones that came out of me.
yeah. Yeah.
What?
You know what I mean.
A lot of
Out of his
soldiers
loins.
left on the battlefield on that one.
So, do you have any names?
Not yet. I mean, pretty much all the names we've ever thought about have been girl names.
Han.
Han Solo, because he's the only one.
Oh, there you go.
Exactly.
That's a
Dude.
fun one.
I mean, I have a Luke.
That's true.
that?
Oh, could you?
No.
That's true.
You need a Viking name.
Anakin. He'd be Anakin.
Get a good
Ragnar.
Ragnar Birch.
Ragnar.
That actually rolls right off the tongue. Ragnar Birch.
We are like, what is it? It was
You
like
could be
36% Scandinavian or
You
something.
are,
like that.
yeah.
Gunther.
That's
Yeah.
a good chunk.
There you go, Gunther.
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 No,
What's the other
I
one?
think of
Hans.
No, the one that's in all kinds of stories.
Franz.
Starts with an S.
Hans and Franz.
Sigurd.
Sigrid.
Yeah, Sigurd.
Sigrid.
What's the guy off of Frozen? Is that Hans?
Yeah, Hans.
Yeah. Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
Big summer block.
That's my favorite.
That's not Hans.
Hans.
No, what's his name?
Isn't it
Does he
Hans?
have a name?
No.
Hans is the prince, the
Hans is
douchebag
the-
prince.
Oh, now I'm
D-bag.
lost.
Christoph is the other.
Christoph.
Christoph.
Yeah, that's a
Christoph.
I wish my parents
No,
left
that's
the
not
ER
the
off
big
mine,
summer
'cause I
blowout
like that
guy,
name.
though.
Yeah,
who's
I
the
don't
big-
know the big summer blowout guy's
Big
name.
summer blowout.
Big summer blowout.
That's funny.
I'm looking.
Dude, I'm so pumped.
Are you
Yeah,
calling
baby.
me a cheat?
He stands up.
That guy's mess. It's a
Giant.
cartoon, but still.
Are you
Crazy.
a little nervous that you might get served a little bit of what Cam was like being raised?
Bro, I already got that. Scarlet.
Oh,
100%.
Does your mom say the same?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like that is that she is mini me.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I'm so excited for you to get a feel for the difference between
Oh,
a girl
it's
and
so
a boy.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's amazing how at such a young age you just see it.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild.
I haven't made that decision yet.
His name is Oaken.
Oh, that's right.
Oaken.
Okins. Yep. yep.
Okay.
Was that a
Bro.
super late reply? Was that what that was?
I was debating in my head.
You know?
Listen, my first things I say usually can be assholish, so I have to really think about it before I let it out.
I missed it. What'd you say?
When they said at such a young age, just seeing the difference, I was like, no, they haven't made that decision yet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
No.
Got it.
Sometimes I feel like you reply to things that are like said 5 minutes ago.
Dude, I do that.
Oh, he does that.
Oh,
But-
100%.
But so I follow this Instagram feed called Super Late NFL News. So they'll post like updates that happened 40+ years ago. Like this person traded or this person was drafted. And
That's
you're like,
hilarious.
It's just,
What is the point?
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
That is
But
cool.
that's what reminds me of Chris sometimes. Is it's
Oh,
like
dude.
we'll be talking and all of a sudden he just like chimes in. I'm like, what?
It's because when we're having a conversation, even though the conversation changes, like I feel like the conversation's still going. I'm weird.
No.
That's cool.
I love it. Love it.
And yet I get called the drunk one.
Well, I don't slur.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I love my boys.
That's funny.
These
Start
are
talking
my
like Captain
boys.
That's
Jack.
good. That's good.
I love it. You're all blacked out today. What's the deal? Halloweeny?
Spooky season.
Oh,
It's
okay.
upon us.
I'm
You want to
so
give us
excited.
a little sneak peek to what comes next week, or you want to keep that as a
So
surprise?
here's the thing.
Keep it broad.
I'm going way old fashioned.
Okay,
I don't know if you saw the book I brought.
I did not.
None of it is on my phone. It is all out of a book.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So-
hey,
He's even got-
Parchment.
He's got
You ever seen the
he's got
movie
Post-its
Evil
in it and
Dead?
everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where we're headed.
Yeah, that started in a book too.
That's my point.
What?
He's gonna
The
He's
Bible.
gonna start in Canada. He's gonna
read
start
from
reading
the Book of the Dead, from the Evil Dead.
witch spells.
we got to bring back
We're gonna-
the Sanderson sisters.
We're gonna
I
have a
found this
séance
Cool old book.
What book was that? What do they call that book?
from the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Book
I
of
don't
the
know,
Dead?
but was it just the Book of the Dead?
I don't know.
But it was made of skin.
Yeah.
He probably
Oh,
called
yeah.
it something that would denote "Don't read this."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, same thing in
Well, the skin cover.
what was that movie? Hocus Pocus.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Right.
That was
really
also a
good.
book of
Sanderson sisters.
Literally called the Book of the Dead.
So stay
Put it back.
tuned next week when we officially kick off spooky season. Spooky.
That's forever gonna be Pookie season now.
Dude, I love it.
Pookie.
I'm still trying to talk Jess into letting us, like, I've watched it, but I want her to watch it. I want to watch Haunting of Hill House with her because it's so freaking good.
Oh, dude,
It is good.
I need to rewatch it. It was so great.
Dude,
Although-
it's seriously, as far as like storyline goes, it might be top 3 for me.
I'm so mad about one portion of that. My brother spoiled the car ride.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
He spoiled that for me, and Tony was like waiting for me to get to that. So when it finally came, like I still jumped. It still got me, but not as bad as it normally would have. I was so
Dude,
mad.
that part. Holy balls.
Yeah. You
Didn't
guys have
you
all
have to,
seen
like, go
Haunting
turn
of
on
Hill
the
House,
lights?
right?
I have. Yeah.
You've seen it too?
Yep.
Oh, you saw it, Chris?
Yeah, I watched it.
Weird.
Wow.
So I
usually
could,
don't
so we
watch
could
that
have
type
a.
of stuff.
I know. Well, I wanted to have a conversation.
What'd you
with you
think?
guys.
Wow.
And
It's good, but
You don't believe it?
It's scary, man. I just don't like the way I feel at the end. I don't like the way I feel.
Okay.
It's not like I can't sleep. It's just I get a yucky feeling from watching that
It's not that it wasn't realistic. It was almost too realistic.
That one's, I mean, they push limits. But,
Yeah.
But the idea of it, they're trying to imitate that idea.
Yeah.
And that's
Gives him the heebie-jeebies.
yucky. So-
I love it.
I went
thought it
down.
was so
I know, but you guys can just, like, turn it off.
Disassociate.
Yeah, which is awesome. I wish I could do that. I can't.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Zach? Or was it you, Tony?
It's Tony.
Oh, sorry.
I went down the whole. Is it Flanagan? Who did that? And it's like I can't
Yeah,
remember.
he's got his own like universe.
I was gonna say I went down his whole little universe on Netflix because he's got a handful of different series, and a lot of the same actors and actresses come back.
Is that like Bly Manor is the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, he did another one. I haven't finished.
So
it
there's
yet.
the Fall of the House of Usher.
That's pretty wild.
That one was pretty wild. There's the Midnight Club.
That one was dumb.
That's the one
didn't
that
like
my
it?
sister-in-law
No, I thought it
just
was
recommended.
stupid.
I thought it was pretty good.
That one made me so mad.
I've heard
It
there's a
literally
lot of
went
jump
nowhere.
scares.
What was the other
Like
one?
the end was so dumb.
There was
Oh, was
another
it?
one. Oh shoot, now I can't remember. But yeah, there's a handful of them. I mean, Midnight Club, I would definitely say is my least favorite.
Yeah,
but I thought
like
it was
it's-
still good.
it's
No,
definitely
actually,
not-
no, I take that back. Bly Manor was stupid.
Blind Manor could have been so good, and then they
Yeah.
ruined it.
I didn't
But-
even watch it because of your guys' reviews.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
much down the
stayed
same
away.
road as I've stayed away.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
If you guys say it's stupid,
They just ruined it. It had
But-
so much potential, and they made it a really stupid story.
But the Fall of the House of Usher was great. Not
I haven't
really
finished it
scary.
yet, but I
I
want-
wouldn't call it scary,
There
but
are
it was
some
good.
messed up parts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's pretty cool.
I like Supernatural.
I've been curious
that
about
show's
that one.
old, man.
I watched it.
Dude, I like that show. I need to. When did you finish all of the
Oh, yeah,
seasons?
everything.
There's like 16 seasons,
Yeah,
right?
I stopped.
Dean Winchester was my
I
man
think I
crush,
stopped.
dude. For real. Like, I was like, he's a stud.
I don't know
It
who
was,
that
what
is.
was the season?
Jen-
Is he the long-haired guy or the
Jensen
short?
Ackles. He's a short guy, the older brother.
Short-haired guy.
Yeah.
Oh, funny story. So wait, I'll say two things. First, I stopped watching in the season where there was like that black ooze.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I kind of got like,
the Leviathans.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. It was after he came back from hell or whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It lost me, and then I haven't watched it since.
It
But
gets good again.
did you see the meme that's going around right now from Supernatural?
Uh-oh.
And it's like,
What?
man, these guys knew everything was coming up, and they're literally just walking around. It's a scene of the two brothers, Dean and Sam, walking like in suits or something. They're just walking, and Sam's like, "Who would?" What does he say? He's like, "Who would be into virgins and alcohol?" And his brother's like, "P Diddy." And this was like years ago.
Wow.
Years ago.
That's
Funny.
hilarious.
That's like a Simpsons thing.
It was so
Side
funny.
note, did you see Cat Williams was on some podcast with Steven Sharp? Mm-hmm. Or is that his name, Steve Sharp?
Yeah,
And he was saying how
you never go.
P. Diddy offered him $50 million. Mm-hmm. $50 million.
Offered Cat Williams.
Yeah.
To go to one of his parties.
No. To have with him.
Oh,
What? Yeah, dude. $50 million.
dude, I've been seeing.
I mean,
so
$100
much
is $100.
$50 million.
That much baby oil, you
I
wouldn't
was
even fill
gonna
it.
say, did you see all the baby oil stuff?
I don't understand. Like, I get the
They
sex
when
party.
they raided his house, they found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
1,000 bottles?
Yes,
78
unopened.
dial dose. 78 or something, right?
Yeah. Like, and so there's all these memes. There's this one meme where it's like when the cops bust into Diddy's and this guy breaks in the door and he just starts sliding like down the hallway.
I saw one where it was like one of those like Chinese game shows where they're like trying to go upstairs, but it's all oily. And
I
it's like
love that show.
the police raid in Diddy's house and they're like sliding down the stairs.
I love that
So
show.
funny.
Have you ever watched that?
No.
Dude, it's so funny.
Dude, they have
I saw the one where Home Alone, where the guy tries to go up the icy steps and he slips and falls on his back. That's the one.
I just saw one where it was like the manager of Johnson & Johnson knowing that Diddy's not coming in next month.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck. It's like-
I was gonna say I saw the same one, but they paired it with Steve Carell from The Office, where he's like, "No,
oh, yeah.
no."
That's awesome.
Dude, it's so gross. Such a nasty. Do you think, here's the question then, with all this craziness, do you think he's going to get Epsteined? before he can, because he's got a list with a lot of important people on it.
You think?
Oh yeah,
Was
dude.
it one of you that shared the
Usher's
video
under
that
fire right now. Like
there was a
Wait, what?
Usher's under fire for being connected to it all too.
Really?
there was a video where it was like you can't look at celebrities taking pictures with Diddy the same way ever again, and it did like a little montage of a whole bunch of celebrities with pictures. And it kind of just makes you just that what if. Like,
Well, did you see that 50 Cent? Did you see what he did?
Oh, he's a troll, man.
Dude, I freaking love
him too.
What do you do? What do you do?
He has been for the last, I want to say 20 years, been making a documentary about P. Diddy so that when this finally came to light, he could sell it. And he just sold it to Netflix. Yeah. I don't
how
know for
much?
how much, but it has to be for
Bro,
worth
he
a bit.
saw him a long time. Like so many people. I saw this other interview with, I don't even know who the artist was.
Told him not to stay after 11.
No, after one.
Oh, one. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
was.
They're like, he's like after, yeah. Did you see that?
That's 50 Cent was saying that.
Okay, yeah. He literally said like, do not be here after 1 a.m. He's like, don't be here.
I remember
Was that
this
the drive-by
conversation,
thing?
but I didn't
No,
remember it about
it's
P.
because
Diddy.
that's when all the nastiness starts.
No, I know, but wasn't he in a car driving by or something and like warned some kids?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
What am I thinking of?
This guy, I don't know if it was Youngblood or something like that. Like, I don't know who it is. But he was saying that, I don't even remember who he said the advice was from, but they told him, like, hey, like, don't be here after this time. Like,
So-
get out.
And here's my idiot self, or what? Not idiot self. I just haven't researched any of it. What is supposedly to have happened there?
Massively disgusting orgy kind of sex parties with underage
Oh,
individuals.
with underage. Oh, wow. Okay, that's the I was.
And so also
Sex
alluding to
trafficking.
sex trafficking.
Yeah.
I
okay.
was gonna say forced stuff. Like, didn't he?
He made a comment about on a late night TV show,
Jimmy Kimmel.
talking about his parties, and he's like, you get
Or
enough.
Fallon, sorry.
He's like, you get enough women
it
and
was
booze,
Conan.
you can lock the doors or something like that.
One of those guys. Yeah. Well, and did you watch the rest of it? He was like, "Well, you gotta have alcohol there," and then he's like, "Then you gotta have fine women," and then he's like, "Oh, and you gotta have fine men," which
For the women.
for the women, which
But-
really there for him.
I didn't know he was such a closet fiend.
And then he was like, and then you want to raise the temperature in the room.
Yeah.
So
so
that
they take off all their clothes. Is that what Nelly's singing about?
I don't know, man. I thought the
Usher.
same thing.
Nelly's
No,
singing.
it's Nelly.
That's a Nelly
It's
song.
getting hot in here.
Is that Nelly?
That's
Yeah.
Nelly.
That was Usher.
Getting
No, that is Nelly. You're right.
want to take my clothes off.
Copyright strike.
A little bit of, and a little bit of.
'Cause we
Stop
sound-
it, Chris. You're 14.
You're gonna get us struck down because you sound exactly like him.
Copyrighted.
Yeah, I heard that like even because P. Diddy had a big hand in Justin Bieber's uprising.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it makes you wonder what
Oh, he
happened
definitely.
to Bieber.
I
Have
think
you heard-
Bieber had relations.
Have you?
Why do you think it's called
probably
Bieber
forced, though.
fever?
I think it was forced, yeah.
Have you heard that song recently? I keep hearing this clip on all these videos, and it's Justin Bieber singing
Oh,
about going to a Diddy party,
oh no.
and he was in it for a new Ferrari, and it cost him way more than his soul.
Oh.
And then what?
It's messed up.
There was one other big artist too that was linked. It was Justin Bieber and was it Usher?
Usher,
I swear there was
remember.
another
That's
one.
allegedly, though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's so many people connected to him and stuff, and there's also connections. I saw this other video that talks about Tupac, and like apparently Diddy has a picture, like a tattoo of a skull with the classic like Tupac bandana on it, on his chest. And
What,
apparently
that he
they
killed
were
him?
they were lovers.
Oh.
I
Have
don't
you ever
think
seen
so.
that video?
I think
of-
Tupac got killed because he was going to come out. and
probably.
say-
Have you ever seen that video of Tupac and he's like super flamboyant?
Yes. And he has the one ear pierced. And
Yeah,
they're like,
and it's
I
like
don't know
all
about
before
you,
he was Tupac.
But back in the 90s, if you had a piercing there, it meant one thing.
Yeah.
On the right side.
And he was
right.
super flamboyant, like not at
Right.
all the normal Tupac we think of.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
supposedly he was in a relationship with P. Diddy.
Dude,
They're all gross.
They're
all
gross,
of them. It's
dude.
just a circle of disgusting devils and demons.
it makes me believe that
I do love a Ferrari.
Depends on the Ferrari.
You could buy a lot of Ferraris for 50 million.
Yeah.
Did you
And there's
hear-
plenty of baby oil. It wouldn't hurt.
Did you hear
Shannon Sharp. That's his name. Not. I think I said Steve Sharp earlier. Shannon Sharp, the football player.
Oh yeah, Shannon Sharp. Did you hear Eminem's line from his song about
Yes.
P Diddy?
Yep.
No.
Where he's like, "Whoa, did he just spell rapped without a P? Diddy?"
Well, he said
Or it's something like
he
that.
said-
He spelled
said
rap
something
without
about raper.
No, he said, "Did he just spell rapped with only one P?"
No,
Did he? Something
rapper.
like that.
he
rapper.
didn't. No, he's
Yeah.
like he didn't just spell rapper without a P, did he?
Yeah, with only one P or something like that. Yeah, I'm alluding that
Dude,
P
that's-
Diddy's a raper.
freaking love
Eminem's
it.
genius on the bars.
He
man.
is.
Right?
He's so good.
Gross.
You know,
So gross.
sorry, total like left field, but
Drive
kinda,
us off the cliff. Let's go.
No, I mean not like that. But you know who I feel like honestly keeps up with Eminem, but I don't think he gets the respect he deserves is NF.
Oh, I love NF, dude.
Dude, he is phenomenal.
good.
So Jude's been into rap and stuff like that's kind of slowly his music of choice, and he loves NF, and I'm like, you know, I'm all right with this because the guy can kill it. Like,
Yeah.
he's so good.
He's so good.
I don't know who NF is.
He's a rapper.
His name's
And he's
Nate.
he's pretty clean though, isn't he?
He's
Doesn't- he
100%
doesn't swear.
clean, not a
think-
single swear word.
I think he's a Christian rapper.
But oh man, it's so good. His style is very Eminem like.
He's
the
very emotional.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a one
There's
that I
some
used to
good
watch
songs.
videos of a guy who would rap, this like nerdy white guy. And he'd, like-
Watsky.
Is that what it was?
Watsky.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that
He's
name
all built
forever.
up.
Super white kid. Like yeah.
Yeah.
But he raps pretty fast.
Fast, yeah. And it's funny what he's saying.
Wait, is this the guy that would like go up to people on the street?
No,
I'm Bo
no.
Yo.
Gotcha.
He did one of the epic rap battles of history, and he played Shakespeare. Yeah, I think he was Shakespeare.
That's it.
I haven't seen those shows.
Built so fly with a silk bow tie. Oh my!
That show's like I haven't seen that show in like a decade.
Uh,
Those are
Don't they still make them?
Master
Do they?
Chief
I have
versus
no idea.
King Leonidas.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
they had some really good ones.
Hitler versus
Speaking
Darth
of
Vader.
music, because it's relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. No. Cancel that. It's not relevant. But it's just because it's music, it's relevant.
Wait, what?
Have you guys
Just let
heard
him go. I don't know.
the new Linkin Park song?
Yeah,
Yeah,
No, actually.
What?
I was actually
Oh,
gonna bring
that's
that up
good.
too.
I heard the one
Dude.
song.
yeah.
But I heard they came out with another.
Oh,
The new
I
lead
just been
singer.
hearing the.
So what do y'all think about?
It is
the
absolutely
new-
fantastic.
right. I thought it sounded
Yeah.
way good.
So here's the thing. The new song, I really like. It's grown on me. Like at first, I was like, "Oh, I don't know," but it's really grown on me. And I really like it.
Yeah.
But I've gone back and I listened to songs of her doing the old songs.
Oh, that
Don't like it.
yeah. Well,
That's
it's
a
a
whole
tribute
different-
at that point.
Yeah, yeah, but still, don't like it.
Yeah. But her new, like that new, what is it? Emotional
It's good.
something.
And she's hot.
Is she hot? I don't know.
I don't
She's
know.
quite attractive.
Her voice is, I just imagine.
She's
I get that. It's
like Hailstorm.
Hailstorm. That's exactly what I said.
Every time with Hellstorm. Dude,
Oh.
was it?
I get
who
off on
went to
her
the
getting
concert?
off on me.
Emily Armstrong is her name.
Her voice.
Who
Oh,
was it that I
dude.
went to that concert with when Hellstorm opened for Godsmack?
Is that?
I don't know.
I think was that there?
I
I
swear.
think I'd remember it.
But
I mean, I think she's pretty
she was
cute.
like the iconic metal chick as far as like she had pants that looked like they were sewn on, and then the bright red lipstick, 5-inch heels, and just screaming and rocking.
Oh,
You're
dude.
talking about that band that what's his face Chase really liked.
No, that's
I hate that.
in
band.
this moment.
Who was that?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gross. I don't like them.
No, Hellstorm. You'd
Yeah.
know.
I know Hellstorm.
Yeah, that's who we're talking about.
Paramore and Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I can't get into
Yeah.
Paramore.
Yep.
She gets a little weird though. Sometimes.
I liked- who was
Haley
the-
Williams.
Yeah.
Like her makeup gets a little weird.
Okay, that's all right though, but she's got a good voice. Like
Who was
you
the
can
one-
look past a lot of things with a good voice.
Yep. I agree.
Who's the one singer, the chick singer that she did a duet with The Day to Remember on their Homesick album?
From. Gosh dang it! I could see their name,
I want to be serenaded.
their banner.
Versa
I know what you're
Merge?
talking about. Yes, Versa Merge.
Is that
Oh,
okay?
okay.
The one I freaking loved for a long
What was-
time.
Yeah, what was her name? We saw him. We saw him at the complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name. I used to know it.
I've been to so many concerts when I think about it.
I know, me too,
Man.
dude.
I want to go to Dowtree.
Daughtry.
Stop. It's Dowtree.
Oh, you like dogs?
It's Dowtree.
Sierra Custerbeck.
That's
Would
right.
not have guessed that name in a million years. What name is that?
She's related to
War
Cumberbatch.
name.
Custard.
Probably, yeah.
I'll put custard. No, just
On her back.
Custard?
Well, custard, eh?
You need to go to a doctor.
I need Jesus.
You need a healer.
I need an exorcist.
So
Lord,
funny, man. So funny. What was the name of that song?
It's been a while.
No,
I'm
curious.
I saw some sad sports news. Brett Favre has been officially diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
Yeah, Parkinson's. We're
That's
not on
crazy.
sports yet. We're still on music.
We're in news.
Yeah, we're in, I mean,
Music news!
I'm just kidding.
we're in music. I was trying to
What was
think.
I going to say? That reminds
How-
me. Thinking of Lincoln Park, do you guys remember seeing that one video where Mike Shinoda was on he was on a show at like a game event, like a CES or like a E3 type thing, and he was up with the host of it, and she didn't recognize him at first.
Oh yeah.
And so they're talking, and she's like, I'm sorry, you got up here. I didn't even, like, who are you? What are you doing here? And he's like, my name is Mike Shinoda. I play in a band called Lincoln Park.
Oh,
And
yeah.
her face just drops, and he's like, she didn't know that.
And then it cuts
She's
back.
like,
And then it cuts back.
oh my gosh.
It cuts back to that song. Do you remember that lyric from their very first LP?
Yes,
Yeah.
where he predicted the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the lyrics that it was like.
I guess I'm not gonna remember it. But so my friend sent me that song for the new Linkin Park, and I read this comment. I thought it put it perfectly as to this new artist being in the band. So I'm gonna pick up a line that Mike said when opening the show. This is Emily when he introduced her for the first time, and in the role of Chester Bennington this afternoon will be each of you. He's like, it means we must keep Chester's irreplaceable legacy in our hearts and honor it by singing every single new song as loud as we can. So it's like they're not replacing him.
No.
Yeah.
She's just a new member, and
It's a new chapter.
yeah. And so I was like, well said, my guy.
All right.
I can appreciate that.
You know what's funny is I forget how many members are in Lincoln Park because I only know 3.
Yeah.
It's Chester, Mike, and then I don't even know his name, but the other guy that kind of looks like Mike.
The guy on the keyboard.
The DJ guy,
Didn't they just replace 2 of them too?
Mr. Han, right?
Mr. Hahn.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I remember it. I'd like to introduce Mr. Han.
I love that song.
Yeah, there's like, because then you got him, and then the drummer, and then the bass player.
The bass player is the one that always had the headphones on, isn't
Yeah, with the big poofy hair. No, I was talking about it with a coworker today that I'm like, in a way, I almost feel bad for her just because she's got these gigantic shoes to fill, and of course she's going to get the lash back, and it's like, yeah, she's obviously not Chester. Nobody ever will be, but give her a chance.
he? Her voice occasionally, though, kind of sounds like him.
Her scream, dude. So I haven't listened to it, but yeah, a different song that I guess was just out. My coworker was telling me she screams for 16 seconds, so couldn't hit that last second like Chester did, but she
enough in
has
my
a good
book.
solid scream for
The
16
name
seconds.
of the song is The Emptiness Machine. That's what it was. Oh, that's so good.
Isn't there a whole album now?
Yeah.
Or
it's
is it
called
just the
From Zero?
What?
Oh, there's
From Zero.
the whole album's out?
No, it's coming out.
Oh.
Oh,
But the new album's called From Zero, and it's actually, that was what their name was going to be before they sided with Linkin Park. It was going to be From Zero.
Oh.
So, but Tony is right. There is another one out called Heavy as the Crown.
Okay. I'll have to hear
Yeah.
it.
So,
Either way, I'm pumped.
it
I
must
absolutely
be.
love it.
Dowtree has a song called Heavy.
Nobody cares.
No one cares about
Yeah.
Daughtry.
he does have a song called Heavy as the Crown,
That's
doesn't
a
he?
good song,
Yeah, I knew that song from
A
somewhere.
Day to Remember has lyrics that say that. Heavy is the crown that cut you down.
Man, you're good at memorizing lines. I struggle.
Only in movies.
It's because he sucks at math.
So
It's true. And
No,
I,
some people, their learning pattern, like me too. I'll remember songs from before I can remember memories that my mom would sing, and I still know the lyrics to them.
I still remember the wrong lyrics that I would sing as a kid.
me too.
hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Well, those are the right lyrics.
That's how everyone knew Elton John was gay.
Honestly, so many people sang it that way that even Elton started to question what the lyrics were. No, Linkin Park announced their tour too. Mm-hmm. I would be curious to go. You know, that's one of the things I kick myself for. So one of the last times that they came to Utah with Chester, I don't know why I was in my head. I was like, well, I don't like their last couple albums. I'm gonna pass on this one. And I don't know why I did, because of course they're gonna sing their old stuff, their good stuff, and so I
That's
don't
the
know
one
why.
we wanted you to go with us, to right?
Maybe,
Yeah,
and I passed it up, and then, you know,
I'm glad.
hindsight's 20.
Yeah.
What is this? 2020.
2040.
And now,
eagle
and
vision.
now
All
he's
blurry.
gone.
It's a little hazy over here. Open your eyes, Austin. Anyway,
What is going on?
I don't know, man.
Right
I'm just
on.
having a good time.
Me too.
I don't care.
I'll tell you, this drink.
Fantastic.
It is good.
So good.
I bet Doubt.
You know, I think
Well,
it's
what were you gonna say? You're gonna
No,
say,
it's
this drink.
the thought from what did
What
she
is
say?
happening with Chris?
I missed it.
He's
Spit
bringing
take.
up Daughtry
I know.
again.
I was like, I bet Douchtry's having a good time.
Dude,
I
Chris
love-
gets a chubby every time Daughtry sings.
I love Douchtry.
100%.
Dude, he's got a.
Is
he's got a voice.
Is it
Does have a
Daughtry?
voice.
No.
No, it's Daughtry.
Okay,
He's
that's
trying
what
to
I
make
thought.
it country.
It's Douchtry. He's
We gonna go on down there to, we're gonna go on to the city center. We gonna see on some Daughtry.
All right. What's that guy's name on?
From King of the Hill.
Boomhauer.
Yeah, Boom. No, yeah, it's Boomhauer.
Isaac, why isn't it?
Yeah.
Boomhauer.
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 Boomhauer. That's
I
what
remember seeing this
gosh,
meme.
dang, well,
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I remember seeing this meme where it's like peak comedy is watching.
I'll say.
Crap, that show. What is that show name again?
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. Watching King of the Hill, where he takes out a WD-40 and he can't get the lid off, so he takes the tinier one off, sprays the lid, pops it off so he can use it.
1000%.
I sell
dude.
propane and propane
Dude,
accessories.
that show was so funny. I watched King of the Hill.
Dang it, Bobby.
Dude, when Bobby was, what is it?
know you.
Yeah. That's my purse.
That's my purse.
That's what it is.
That's my purse.
Because he takes out women's self-defense. That's great.
He ends up kicking the mom, and she goes, she just like, I can't remember what she says, but she like laughs at him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, what?
Doesn't he kick her in the crotch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just sits there, and it doesn't phase her.
Dude, is it just me?
funny.
This is a total embarrassment.
Admittance?
Admittance? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Sure.
What
But-
are you admitting?
Embarrassing to admit this.
Yes, that the older sister was hot in King of the Hill.
I don't remember what she looks like.
If you like herpes.
Oh man.
Hey,
I mean, the girl with
Speaking of-
oyster was hot.
Was she? I never saw
speaking
it.
of like hot women,
Women or cartoons?
what?
Same thing.
There was someone. And the reason why I put it in quotes is because there was some girl that a lot of people find super attractive cast as a major role in a Marvel film. I want to say it was
Johansson?
no. I want to say it was like Alexandria
Daddario?
Daddario.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What
That
about
she was
her?
going to be,
got
she was
wonderful
rumored
eyes.
to be the Invisible Woman.
Is that what it was?
I think it was. And then I think it was like a fan-made thing as if she was going to be cast as
I think
her.
I sent it to you guys, and I said she's gonna ruin it
I don't even know who that is.
Her.
because she cannot act at all. I'm
She's
like,
got great
she's
eyes,
gonna
though.
ruin
That's
it.
the voice of the sister.
She's
or the
terrible.
Cousin or whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, that was my thought on that.
No, I was going to say...
I'm with you.
I see what you're saying.
I just got lost.
Thoughts on the new Happy Gilmore?
Dude, I'm so excited.
I'm pumped.
They just better not ruin it.
I don't think they
100%.
will.
It's
Did you
Sandler,
see Adam?
dude.
Did
Well,
you
I
see
know,
Adam
but-
Sandler came out and said that they've been literally brainstorming on this video for like 20 plus years because they
Dude.
want it to be perfect.
What's this? I heard there's a new movie studio, like Mark Wahlberg starting
Yeah.
a new movie studio or
Mark
something.
Wahlberg and
Will Ferrell?
no
Because I know they do
Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson?
Wahlberg and Mel
Possibly
Gibson,
because Wahlberg's kind of stepped away from all that Hollywood-ish
if I remember
Yeah.
right.
long time ago.
Yeah.
They're creating an anti woke studio. So basically, what
Nice.
they're doing,
Is that what they're calling it, or are they just not going
No.
to be woke?
they're just not going to be woke. Their ultimate goal is just to make movies like they used to be.
Ooh.
And if people have a problem with it, you got a problem with it. Don't watch it.
Yeah, I just
Like-
watched that one, The Union, with him and Halle Berry
Was it good?
on Netflix. Yeah, it was way good.
With him and Mark Wahlberg, right?
Mark Wahlberg and, Halle Berry.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Mel Gibson's going to be at FanX?
Nice.
I was like, oh, that'd be so cool to go.
I only
meet
want to
him.
go if he's in character.
Which character?
Patriot.
Yeah.
I want to see him in some 1880s clothes or
the ponytail.
1770s clothes
Yep.
with a banner behind him.
Tomahawks.
He called me a cheeky fellow. That's such a good movie.
I need to see that one again.
2 officers and
I will
something that
never
called me
forget
a
the cannonball
cheeky
scene.
fe-
Right?
Yeah.
Dude,
The
that
cannonball scene was pinnacle.
as it's rolling through, taking guys'
Taking
legs off.
legs out. Oh. Oh.
When he takes out that regiment all by himself with
Right.
his boy, come on.
Right? They got the
America.
two boys up in the trees or
Heck yeah,
whatever.
dude.
Chris got a raging heart on watching. Oh.
It never went away.
Bro, I was saluting the flag all
Man, if
day.
only Dowtry was the soundtrack to that movie, game over. Your pimple would
He
pop.
was there in spirit.
Did you ever
He was there in spirit.
Did you ever see The Simpsons that made fun of that? Of the
No, I bet it was good. though.
So basically, Mel Gibson makes a movie kind of like The Patriot.
Uh-huh.
Ends up being boring because the society doesn't want to see shoot 'em up movies anymore. And Homer gets involved, and he's like, "No, absolutely not. We need to do something." And it takes place that's what it is. It's like at the White House or something like that. Some
Okay.
weird thing. And Homer ends up changing the ending of the scene to where Mel Gibson gets an American flag, and he spears it through somebody, and the person falls forward, and then the flag starts waving.
Yeah.
Whatever. Is it stuck in the person?
Yeah. Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Man, I just want America to reunite again. I
Oh,
remember how freaking awesome it was when we could like fly flags and
Yeah.
not be stereotyped.
Have a great time during
You can have somebody.
all our holidays, not
4th of
be told
July.
why they're racist.
You can have somebody know you for years and years and years, and they find out something, one little thing about you, and all of a sudden you're just the devil.
Right? They love 99% of the things you do and say, but they say one thing you don't like, and then you turn tail and run.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow. We're not calling out anyone.
It's
None of
okay.
you.
They unsubscribe. They're not listening.
Oh well.
Making room for those who will.
Dude, speaking of that, I don't know if
Drives
I
me
don't think this happened before we recorded last, but my mom found out that I'm voting Trump. And she's hard.
There's a house divided.
Dude, it was freaking hilarious.
Tell us
So-
she can get out of your basement.
So, well, it was funny because
Get a
like
job.
she was talking about like Harris and things about her, and I was kind of like, well, you kind of have to admit though, she sounds like an idiot in some of her speeches, and she gets all wide-eyed. She's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like,
What do you mean?
I'm like, and so I gave some examples of some of her speeches, and she was like, well, she's just dumbing it down so people can understand what she's really talking about. And
To be fair.
I'm not saying anything. And she's like, well, I guess if you're not going to vote for her, then you just don't have to vote. And I'm like, well, no, I'm going to vote for Trump. And she like stops in her tracks and turns around. And goodness, I thought I was about to be disowned. But
You know, I will say,
Unreal.
I'm assuming it was you that was replying back
Yeah.
to most of those people.
Yeah.
I will say to the people who actually replied back to you and had actual conversations,
I didn't see any.
that was cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That was
and that's
very
what
awesome.
it should be.
That's
Yeah.
what it's about.
And that's exactly what it should be.
Yeah, there were a few who just conversations were done. I'm out of here. See you later. And for you to go in and do that, I thought that was actually number one, really cool for you to do that.
Oh, thanks.
And then number two, for them to actually have legit conversations
Yeah.
instead of just being like, no, F you.
Yeah.
You're
well,
the
and I think
devil.
the other thing is like just because we may be voting for that guy doesn't mean we think he's the greatest person in the world.
No.
He's still a turd. He still has
That's what you're saying.
terrible qualities.
Right.
It's the results he gets in the position that I am looking for.
I like the people
not him
he's
as a
putting
person.
around him.
Well, and we only have two options.
That's true too.
So it's like,
Which
okay.
is the less
Well,
the
when
shinier
you're saying,
turd.
When you're saying, Harris does sound like an idiot when she's talking, I'm like, well, the other side too, I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Because
it's
he has some speech. You're like, oh, dude,
But
come on.
the thing is he actually gives answers.
It's true.
Kamala chases her tail like a dog.
The amount
Like a
of
high school student who
dog.
didn't do
The
any
amount-
research on their oral report.
the amount of gaslighting that's going on in this country by the media
Unreal.
too.
Oh, it's so
On
stupid.
Wild.
both sides, it's so rough, dude.
I
Shot
shared
him
this.
down like a dog.
I shared this because someone was telling me, someone in the comments was saying, oh, just, vote left and just for a change. And I'm like, well, here's the thing. I have two separate social media accounts. One that's a throwaway, but it's completely left-leaning. 1,000% left-leaning. I went through and I liked everything I could by Kamala, by Biden, everything. And it's all, like, here's the thing. They'd provide, it's wild.
It's an echo chamber.
They don't provide any video evidence of any of the claims that they're placing against Trump.
Right.
Not a single one. They have headlines and
Right.
pictures, and they say, this is what he said. Or they provide a tiny little snippet that has no context whatsoever.
Right.
So, like, prime example was that the fine gentleman quote. Do you remember
Okay.
the fine gentleman quote that kind of was dismayed
Oh yeah,
years ago?
the whole thing about the was it the
I can't remember either.
skinhead people basically and like yeah.
Yeah.
It's been debunked a million times.
Yeah, it's been debunked millions of times. If you watch the full clip, he says nothing of the sort, but they
Right.
take this little tiny piece and they throw it like it's truth.
Right.
And anyway, they just have no. It's wild. If you don't have two profiles and to go both ways, like you need to check it out because both sides, granted, are extreme.
You get
Right.
locked in the algorithm that only shows you more of the
Right.
same.
But it's like the more you study both sides, it's like it becomes pretty obvious what's happening. And
Right.
it's terrifying.
crazy.
It's absolutely
I
terrifying.
was listening to a podcast on Joe Rogan about what's his name? I think it's Epstein, but he says he's not related.
But dude, RFK, every single
like
day,
him.
every single day, I log on to Instagram and I see a post by RFK. I'm like, how is this guy not in the running for president?
right.
'Cause he
Because got pushed out,
He
man.
got
I know,
pushed
but
out.
it's like he's
unreal.
so fantastic.
Well, and that's why I think it was
Every
such a
single
smart
one of his
move to put them
policies.
together.
Yes.
And I was watching something today that was talking about how he's making big headlines because his whole thing is like, let's make America healthy again.
yes.
Right.
He wants
So
to get rid
he's
of
pushing
all the
against
terrible
all
dyes.
kinds of stuff. The fluoride in the water, the dyes, all kinds
He's
of crap.
just amazing. And
Robert
then-
Epstein. It's Robert Epstein. So you know how Google tracks everything you're doing?
Yeah.
He does the same thing, but he gets permission from people. And so I forgot, what do they call that? Anyway, it's just
Tracking.
data tracking,
Yeah.
right? So he does the same thing, and he spies on Google like they do on all of us.
Uh-huh.
And he said from all their research and everything that he's found out that if you're 50-50, don't know who you want, he said that what they do is they give you suggestions, stuff that's fleeting, so you can't keep track of it, but he can with his program. And he says that they can sway you 90% one way or the other just by those
Those little tiny
fleeting things that
huh?
they're doing, and from what it shows.
Crazy.
Which is crazy. So everybody's like, oh, the election's rigged and this and that. The ballot stuff, that's not the problem. It's what's going on the internet and social media and everything. You got to look at both sides. Because you and me talked about this. I love Robert Kennedy.
Oh, he's my favorite.
Well, I used to think he was a kook because all the stuff that came out says he's a kook.
A kook.
A kook, dude.
Yeah.
Kooky. He's a kooky guy.
Like talking about he's anti-vax and this and that. He's not, but he says there is stuff in vaccines that they're giving the vaccine regimen. They're giving kids too much, and it's actually causing like some of these allergies we have because it starts an immune response, right? That's what it does. It's an artificial immune response.
Mm-hmm.
If you're introducing your kid to foods, which you do as a baby, and they got
Oh, yeah.
a regimen of vaccines. That you can overdo it on the vaccines, and so they develop an immune response to some of the foods you're giving them, and that's what's causing a lot of these hardcore allergies on kids. Which it makes sense when you start digging deep in. You're like, oh, he has a point there. Oh, he's anti-vax. No, he's not. He's saying that there needs to be a safer way to do this, and it needs to be spread out. Why are you giving a baby a vaccine for hepatitis B?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't. And I mean, here's the thing: if anything, you guys should go and follow Robert Kennedy on Instagram,
Yeah.
and just watch some of his videos. Dude
Right.
is so solid. He was saying the other day how if during his presidency, if he could just save one, or not presidency, but his run, if he could just save one kid, that would be worth it. Because
Right.
he's 70. Like
Right.
he's like, if it means my life in order to save one kid, he's like, I'm 70.
Right.
I'm gonna die soon.
Yeah.
Like, let's save the next generation.
And
Like, I'm not
he's
gonna be around for very
a
long.
lifelong Democrat.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't say like it's this side or that side. No matter what, I'm very independent when it comes to
Oh,
things. I lean
100%.
conservative, but I'm very independent, and I do a lot of research. That dude is a solid dude. He was an environmental attorney.
Yeah.
Which, you know, you think environmentalists, the right side thinks they're kooky, left side thinks they're saviors, but at the same time, like, he's just making sense with what he's saying.
Yeah.
Take-
So our challenge to you, if you are hard leaning one way or another,
One way or the other.
go take a little breather, make an account, go complete opposite of what you would normally do, just to check things out, because it's not as crazy as people make it out to be.
And
It's maddening.
when we come together, we are all Americans, and it doesn't matter. We could have different political views, but if you sit down and talk with somebody long enough, you're going to realize you have more in common with them than you
Oh,
think.
yeah.
100%.
I mean, you always need to listen to both sides. You need to
Oh, yeah.
be willing to change your views and opinions upon learning new factual information.
Just like I am. I am. All the
like
time.
exactly. If I were to learn factual information that would point the other way, I would go the other way.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that we need to be open to listen and actually have a dialogue and conversation instead of just shut down. Like, this comment on that video was perfect. This person, this Megan Ellis, 9386.
Shout out, Megan Ellis.
Shout out. Says, don't let the negative commentators get to you. They only complain when it switches to something they don't agree with. Don't get me wrong. I don't really support either candidate, but I'm still going to listen. Love you guys. Like, that is the perfect response.
Right.
We
Yeah.
don't have to be in agreement on 100% of things to still be friends and have a great time together.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Amen.
You know what I will say though? I found this one really funny.
Yeah.
And this is no offense to this person if you're listening, because you'll probably know exactly who you are. But there was one person who wrote on there that said, "Oh, I'm so sad that you guys drank the Kool-Aid," and you would reply back
Yeah,
and
yeah,
said
and that was just
something,
it.
and they were like, "Oh, I don't even live in the United States, and so it means nothing to me," and all this stuff. And it's like, well, wait a minute, like, and they're like, and then they were like backing up, and they're like, well, I feel really bad for the decision that you guys have to make because this is a hard decision.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
just was
now you
so
get
funny
it.
because it was, you can't believe you guys drink the Kool-Aid. Then immediately it's like you respond, it was a backup and like, oh, wait a minute.
There's a lot of people that do not expect us to respond to them.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I once on one of our vlogs a long time ago, somebody made a nasty comment and I responded to them, and they're like, well, you don't have to respond to this. I'm like, you come out saying dumb stuff, I'm going to respond to you. Moron, now be gone.
I don't read comments.
It's like the one person who was leaving a lot of negative comments.
Oh my
the one that
gosh.
you brought up. It's
Yeah.
like, and yet you're the one that keeps coming back. Like,
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
why are you here again?
you're just here to troll us.
You
Hate to
hate
laugh.
us so bad, but yet you're the one.
I feel bad for people like that because there's a lot of people who are just.
Man.
Dude, I'll let them-
I don't want to know it. It's just something's going on in your life to where you think you got to bring people down and say
Right.
these comments and.
I don't mind if you pay me to make fun of me. That's fine.
If you want to
Go
say
on,
mean,
donation.
go on ahead.
it's like if you want to say mean things, just subscribe first.
Watch the whole video.
Give us a good rating.
Do not
but
skip
then
the ads.
Yeah,
Trash us.
we're welcome to free speech. Let us hear it, but just give us a good rating.
Make sure we get paid for
We
it.
support that Second Amendment right.
That's first.
I mean first.
Yeah.
I support the second a
Well,
lot.
the second too.
The second
yeah.
keeps the first in place.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, good.
We support both the first and the second.
I want to start. a
Kamala
militia.
supports the second too. Did you see her Oprah interview?
Dude, don't get me started on her,
And then
man.
Oprah's like, and you get a gun, and you get a gun.
She
But she did.
there has to be someone behind the scenes pulling strings, man.
That's always the thing that freaks me out the most, is that at the end of the day, like this whole left versus right is probably an orchestrated thing
Just a
from
puppet
somewhere
show.
above,
A puppet show.
just to keep us off of the things that really matter.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what's scary.
Well, we need to do away with the two-party system, in my opinion.
Let's
100%.
be friends.
I have mentioned before, I think you should go in and have to vote for the policies that you believe in most, and then it selects the candidate that's most aligned with your beliefs.
I actually
Google
took one of
will
those
do it,
tests. I actually
good.
took one of those tests a long time ago because I was like, I have no idea about politics. So I was like, let's go here. And they're like, what do you think about this? And it's like talking about it. Doesn't assign it to anyone, but it just asks the question. You're like, well, I kind of feel like this is probably the better side. And they're like, okay. You go through the whole thing and they're like, you align with these people who talk about those same things.
Yeah, and
basically.
most of the time it's like people that don't even have a chance.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Fantastic. Yeah, okay, so we have a two-party system, but I want this third independent person.
My problem is when I start doing those questions, like, well, it depends on the circumstances. Like, it depends on the situation. It depends.
Yeah.
Like, you can't
Like, what
answer
about
any
this?
of that.
What about this?
Well, if it was this case, then this. If it was this case, I'd think a little differently. You know what I mean?
One other thing that I thought was very interesting is in the conversation that we had in the comments, I asked like legitimately like what is
Well, humans.
what is your true fear behind Trump being if he's elected president? Like what was so bad about the 4 years that would make you fear the next 4 years?
He's gonna be a dictator. Well, he didn't do that the first 4 years. That's the one I get a lot.
And their
That was
whole
somebody
thing,
else.
their whole thing was not their whole thing, but a few people were like, well, I'm female, and so my biggest thing is my reproductive rights.
Mm-hmm.
And so I immediately, and I didn't have a chance to reply, so I'm replying to you right now. But the thing is who's been in office the last 4 years, and why haven't they had a chance to rebuttal? You know, like
Right.
Roe versus Wade was overturned,
Mm-hmm.
but who's been in office for 4 years? They haven't got anything done. They could have,
Tried
I don't know.
something.
They could have flipped it again or put it back through the Senate or something. They could have gotten
Yeah.
something in motion to counter it if that was a big concern.
It doesn't give them a complaint, though. That's the thing, is they use it as ammunition to get reelected. And like, oh, if we do this, we're gonna do this.
Yeah,
and
but again,
I 100%
yeah.
agree with you.
They could have been doing it the last 4 years.
I 100% agree with you.
Anyway, I don't know, man. It's ugly out there.
Did you see Biden put on that MAGA hat?
I love that so much. I'm curious if there was real meaning behind it or not. But it
Like
did,
if he is just bitter,
Yeah.
like he's mad.
yeah,
No.
I think he is. I don't think Biden likes Kamala. I don't
Well,
think he
according
likes
to
her.
Trump, he doesn't.
I don't think Biden likes Kamala at all.
That reminds me.
They put her in a room for the whole time he was running as president. How often did you see her? How
Yeah.
often? You know?
And then they kicked him out and put her in place when nobody voted for
Right.
her. I heard this story recently, and I've heard it before.
Wait, did you see the quote? He was like, "How many times does Trump have to prove that we?" Oh, what did he say? Oh, I sent it to you guys. Shoot, I'm gonna have to find it. He's like, basically, how many times has Trump had to prove what we've been up to, or something like alluding to that 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 he's been proving him wrong, or I'll have to find it real quick. Go ahead.
Well, I just remember this this story I saw today about Trump that I think is awesome and hilarious. So, back during his presidency, when he was talking about pulling out of Afghanistan, he was sitting down with like the leaders of the Taliban, right? And he's like, "Hey, we want to get out of here." He's like, "But there's conditions, and we're gonna do it at our pace." And he's like, and he looks at him. There's a translator in the room with him, and he looks at him, and he's like, if you harm a single hair on an American's head,
Yes.
I'll kill you.
Yeah.
And the translator kind of sits there and he's like, tell him what I said. Yeah.
And then he
And
showed
so
him a
tells
picture of the house.
Pulls out a picture of the house of the Taliban leader, slides it to him, and walks out the door. Not a single American died in 18 months.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This right here. This is the quote. Oh, I just turned off my phone. One sec. right here.
Sense, I don't know why we're surprised by Trump. How many times does he have to prove we can't be trusted?
Oh my gosh.
How many times has he had to prove we can't be trusted?
How long ago did he say that?
I don't know,
I don't know
but
why we're surprised by Trump. How many times does he have to prove we can't be trusted?
Unreal, dude. This stuff is insane.
We're in an episode of Black Mirror.
You can't write
is
this
what we are.
crap. Like,
We're in an
truth
episode
is-
of Black Mirror.
the truth is so much stranger than real life.
Dude, it's wild. It's a wild time out there. I'm
all the way
sure he
around.
meant to say. I mean, I don't know. It seems like he's letting a lot of things slip
Right?
lately.
Now it's like, yeah.
I don't know, man. The MAGA hat, that, and then what else was he
What if
saying?
Biden this whole time, like, you know how they've talked about how he's kind of slipping?
Declining.
Yeah.
What if he's really not, and he's just kind of finally at an F it moment where he's just like, I'm just gonna start spilling
He's
stuff.
like, I'm gonna pretend I'm crazy.
What did he say about the? Let's call it what it really was.
oh yeah,
Do you remember when he said that?
Yeah.
That was another thing that I'm like, man, this guy's. I don't know.
I don't know. It's insane. Come on, people. We're America. We can stick together. We can be
And-
friends.
And
we'll
if
make
you're not
it through this.
American, we're all humans. We can still get along even though we don't agree on everything.
Yeah.
I so
Humans.
badly. I just want RFK as president. That's all I really want.
Dude, Tulsi Gabbard she's awesome too.
It's kind of hot, dude.
Now we're voting for hotness. Screw politics.
She's an Amazon
Yeah.
warrior.
Oh, yeah, dude.
She's a Navy. Yeah. She's awesome too. I like her.
And she was a Democrat, right?
she
was.
still is.
Another-
She's independent now. Cause,
independent.
Yeah.
Again, I wonder. Weird.
Did you guys hear?
Interesting.
So kind of still on like, well, it's not really political, but my father-in-law was telling me, and you guys probably know more about it, so you'll have to fill me in. But the war over in Israel with like Lebanon and what's the other country?
I honestly don't know. Is that
Shit.
Israel? Is that what you're thinking of?
Israel
Talking
and
about
Moss.
Hamas?
Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe, but anyway, I guess there's this terrorist group.
No, Pakistan. Yeah, Pakistan.
There was this terrorist group that wanted to attack Israel. See, and I wish I should have taken because I wish
Are
I
you talking about the pagers?
yes.
Yeah. The pagers and
you
the
hear about
radios.
this?
Dude, it was crazy.
Dude, it's so nuts. So like they were like killing the like terrorist leaders. So they started to panic and said, everyone trash your cell phones. They're tracking our cell phones. So they trash their cell phones and they go back to like walkie-talkies and pagers.
Right.
But in the Israel like intercepted the shipment of these pagers.
Their Secret Service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they put little bombs inside of these pagers and walkie-talkies.
2,000 pagers.
Holy crap.
and then sent them out. So they went to all of these terrorist groups, and then they detonated these pagers. It killed hundreds, wounded thousands more. And then after that, then they did it to their walkie-talkies, blew those up.
But they had the walkie-talkies long before, so they had set this up. They'd done the walkie-talkies, set them out, and then they intercepted the pagers, did it with the pagers. They blew up the pagers first, and then the walkie-talkies afterwards, because they thought the walkie-talkies were safe.
Oh my god.
So killing all. So the best part though is now they're like so freaked out that they're scared of their vacuums, their dishwashers, like all of their stuff now because they don't know what's rigged.
All it was is Israel was sending a message saying, listen, you're not as untouchable and you're not as tough as you think you are, and we are more capable than you know,
Yeah.
is what they're doing.
Well,
but
'cause-
it's sad to me because what if their kids were in the room?
Right.
So
Yeah.
It
that
is.
stuff
It
drives-
is.
That
It's
hurts my...
War is War is pain.
I understand that, but I get that.
It is.
But at the same time, it's like, that's kind of a crazy move, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because it was saying like there's just hundreds of missiles are constantly
Right.
going towards Israel,
Well, that's
but
Iron
they're
Dome.
Iron Shield
The
or
Iron
Iron Dome.
The
Yeah.
Iron Dome is insane. It's
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah,
sick.
dude, that thing's crazy.
That's our technology.
So sick.
So
But I mean,
crazy.
it's the whole idea behind the atomic bomb during World War II. It was
Right.
like we knew, like Japan had said over and over, we will never surrender. We will go until
Right.
we're all dead.
We
And-
will not go into the night.
That's what we need. Bring on the aliens. We'll unite. But we dropped the bombs, and they're like, okay, we give up and that supposedly saved hundreds of thousands of lives. It's weird, It
Yeah.
destroyed a lot of,
It
killed
was
a ton of
evil.
people, but it saved so many more lives on both sides because it finally put an end to it.
Well, there would be more American lives, more Japanese. Because, yeah, they were going to fight to the last man.
Yeah.
That's what they said. And then they started putting their women and children in there
Mm-hmm.
and fighting. And
Scary thought.
I mean, I would have hated to have to make that decision.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't judge because
Right. It's like when you watch some of these war movies. What was the one I just watched? I watched the 3
The Three Amigos.
has fallen once. So Olympus has fallen, London has fallen, and then Angel has fallen with Gerard Butler.
Right.
And I think it's the second one, London has fallen, where they through satellite they find that like terrorist leader and bomb him, and they're on the ground surveillance said, "Yep, I got him. Everything, take him out." And what they didn't know back home is that he was at his daughter's wedding, and there was a whole bunch of family and stuff. And yeah, this is a fictional movie, but you do wonder, like, who's making the call to push the button to make those kills? And yes, they might get their target, but what's in
It's
it?
just ugly.
What's at stake?
It's ugly,
Yeah.
and I can't judge either way, but it is ugly.
Right.
Right. But
There's a reason I didn't join the military.
I didn't like being told
Hats
what
off
to do.
What?
I didn't like being told what to do.
That's his reason.
That's my reason.
That's why he's his own boss now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Until you're at home, then you're not. But
Well, that's my home. My
sure it
home's-
is, Chris.
yeah,
Sure it is.
It's my home.
Have you told that to Lisa yet?
Yeah.
She was mad at. Okay, you guys are gonna hate me. So we were in a little bit. We were in a little bit. We were in a little bit of a scuffle one time, and she's like, "You can go ahead and sleep on the couch." I was like, "I paid for the bed." I was like, "So I go just because we don't get along, I said doesn't mean we can't sleep in the same bed." And we both slept in the same bed.
Yeah.
I mean, we've fought before and gone to bed.
And I say stuff being sarcastic. It's not out of anger, but like when I'm upset, like I say jokes and stuff. And sometimes, you know what I mean.
I know.
Everybody knows what I mean.
I heard some marriage advice that I feel like we were told different. At least I was told differently when I was young married. So I was always told, don't go to bed angry. And
Oh
stuff.
yeah, bull crap. Sleep on it.
Yeah.
Wake
And
up
Wake up
refreshed.
happy.
Now it's like, yeah, I would definitely give the opposite advice. It's okay to sleep on it. Give it some thought, and then
Fight naked.
He's running. Yeah, fight naked. I like that.
yeah,
suplex her.
give her something to grab onto when she's angry.
Where did Camp go?
He had to go poop.
Oh,
I don't really know.
But yeah, it's good to. I used to be one of those people who had to try to resolve it as fast as possible.
Me too.
And I had to learn that that's not always the great idea.
Yeah, no. Sometimes you need to just. Sometimes you just need sleep.
Because you sometimes you'll say things you don't mean, or maybe that you don't fully understand.
What I have found is for Jess and I, a hack is because I am so ADD. Like we'll start fighting, and it's like I just like this podcast. We start going off on tangents. We don't we'll kind of start to address the main issue, but it's
Right.
like more and more issues get dragged into it. So a little hack that I found is I just text her. Because, I don't know why, but it just works for us. Like, I will text her my feelings.
Even if she's like sitting right there.
Like, I'll just go into another room.
Okay.
Like, we'll just separate and have, space, and we take our time, and we really think about how we want to. Like, it gives you a chance to breathe,
Filter your thoughts. Yeah.
and really put down, almost as if you're writing, your words. And and granted, texting can be misconstrued many ways. So you have to be very particular in your word choices and how you're saying them, but it gives you that chance to run through it multiple times and not say something that could be taken differently, if that makes sense.
Gets you out of the fight or flight state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back into the log.
Yeah, and it really allows you to just focus on the task at hand rather than everything else.
Wow,
Anyway,
that's good
it works.
advice.
It works for Jess and I really, really well.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if I could, just because, yeah, like you just said, I feel like you would read it almost in the tone of the mood you're in.
Yeah,
And so-
at least for me, I go in it, and maybe it's just because Jess and I are so good at texting each other in a non-pointy.
Yeah.
It's all just about feeling, and this is how I feel, and this is how you made me feel, and
no, F that. It's all her fault.
here, you know what? You're right. Let me text her right now. I'm gonna tell that bitch what.
Oh my god.
No, I'm kidding.
Twat.
you twat. No, you don't use those words when you text. You don't use those
Or
words.
when you're angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You?
What about me? No. What?
No, he said, don't use those words. I'm like, you? Eric, did you just say the F word? Jew? What, Jew? It's from South Park. Don't call me fat, you effing Jew. Eric, did you just say the F word? Jew?
On the flip side, did you see that Elon posted about blind sight Neuralink?
Oh, crazy.
Is this the thing where it'll like actually help or like make it so people can see even if they were
Yes.
born without
Yes.
sight?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. They have found a way through Neuralink, so now it's called blind sight Neuralink, where they will implant something and the blind will be able to see.
No freaking way.
How bananas.
Like seeing how well? Like, are we talking like full high def or
Dude,
we
if
720p?
it gives
Like,
me hope, man, because my vision.
Is it gonna start? Is it gonna start like the cycle of our
Dude.
screens? It's gonna start at 360 and get better.
I hope. I hope.
Jesus is up there saying, they're finding my secrets.
Yeah, dude. Could you imagine 8K resolution eyes?
What if it was like,
You could
wild.
zoom. You could zoom, dude.
It's
I was about to say that. What if you could like set filters and things? Like,
Right?
You have that I Spy, or what show is that?
Never need
Mission
sunglasses
Spy
again.
Kids.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You freaking do all
Sunglasses.
kinds of stuff.
Sunglasses.
Heat vision, dude. You could have heat
Eclipse.
vision. You could have night vision.
oh my gosh.
Predator.
Bro,
You're a
sign me
predator.
up.
I know.
That's
it gives
crazy.
me hope that I'll still be able to see in my late years. Like, I don't
Wow.
I just want to be able to see.
And here.
That's good. Yeah.
That's the one I'm worried about.
Yeah, hearing
After all the
100%.
concerts we've been to, I'm like, ooh.
Well, if you don't have tinnitus yet, then you should be good.
Dude, I shoot a lot of shotguns. I'm worried
Wear
about that.
Wear earing protection.
I am now. But I hadn't.
I was supposed to say. I meant to say hearing, not earring protection.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Hmm.
I just got some that has like the.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking. I have those.
like I can still hear, but
Yeah.
it filters
Oh, it
out
filters
the
above a
decibels.
certain decibel?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
they're
what I.
so rad.
Yeah.
We have those. They're awesome.
Did you get that, like the Axis ones or the Axle ones?
I don't remember.
I'm getting some. I've
All I
got
know
some.
is they're right next to my 45.
Dude, I've got.
So it's like if someone breaks in, I still want to be able
Hold
to
on,
hear.
hold on, hold on. Give me a second. Okay, I'm ready. Pow pow.
So I have some that when I now that I'm older and not as dumb, I put them in, but it's got the cord behind. They have the pods now.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
are awesome. But it has hearing enhancement, and then when it gets above a certain decibel, it blocks it out, right? So it's supposed to say it's like up to 40 decibels of block, which is awesome. So,
Yeah.
Noise.
Dang.
But yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You guys going duck hunting with me?
I want to go duck
Let's
hunting.
do it.
I'd
do
give it
it.
a shot.
Duck hunting?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go elk
I'll
hunting
go hunt
too.
some
We'll
ducks.
see.
I want.
Come here, you
yeah, I wanna
stupid
shoot a
duck.
Dude, if you've ever been duck hunting, it is a rush. It is a rush.
I would
Pow!
just, in my head, I would just hear.
Dude, it's crazy. I've gone on opening day. My very first time ever hunting ever was with Carlton, and we went on opening day to go hunt duck, and it was the wildest time I've ever.
World War III, huh?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
we get to the lake, and it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, when does opening? Is it 5? Something like that.
A half hour.
3 a.m.
Dude,
It's
we were
official
there-
sunrise.
Yeah, and
Never
so
mind. Don't put me down for duck hunting.
oh, dude, it's you have to experience it. It is so fun.
I would
One of the
go.
coolest things
I
ever.
think it'd be fun.
But anyway, we get there, and Carlton, he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna take a quick nap because we're in our spot. We're all set up." He's like, "I'm gonna take a nap." So he passes out. I'm just excited.
Did you hear that sound?
Yes.
At night, like right before the sun's
Yep,
coming up?
yep,
yeah,
yep.
dude.
What is that?
It's the ducks flying over your head. Just
And so anyway, the time hits, and from that moment, you don't stop hearing gun blasts.
dude, you hear one initial.
You hear
There's
the
one,
initial one,
and then it's game
and
on.
then it's and it's just constant barrage for a solid hour plus.
Oh my god.
You just hear
Oh my
boom,
gosh.
boom, 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 boom. And then sometimes people get a little too aggressive, and you get peppered, and you
Ooh.
You hear it like next to you, be like you just hear it hit the water.
Hit the water.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It's cool. I highly recommend.
And then
loved
here's some
it.
random guy like, ah!
Here's the thing, like shotguns are deadly, but only up to a certain range. Like
Yeah.
once you get past that, it's like paintballing.
Yeah. and that-
What's the movie where they go quail hunting, and they're total
Dick Cheney.
Wedding crashers.
wedding
Cheney?
crashers, and he gets shot in the ass. Yeah,
Yeah, that's too close. But I went grouse hunting last weekend.
That's cool.
Got some. I love it, man.
Dude, hunting's fun, man. I mean, I've gone the last 3 years with Carlton. You went last year. We went the pig hunting.
Yeah, we went
In
got
Idaho.
four. Yeah.
And I mean, it's just always a good time. It's a good time with the boys. Get
I
out,
tried
get
getting
to-
you to go for years.
I've wanted to go for years.
Oh.
Every year I tell you I want to go.
I was like, okay,
Sometimes
I'm
it
going.
Well, I mean, you got to think the last 6+ years of my life, I've had a child
No
that's been
excuses.
born.
Just kidding. No, I get it.
or
Because I slowed down a bunch when I was starting to have kids.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Alden's 8 now, though, so he can take hunter safety.
there you go.
ah boy.
That's awesome.
I'm super stoked.
Yeah, boy. I still haven't got to the point where I want to shoot something yet. And I like to
about-
go.
I
I
got-
like to go.
I
I
got
just
the-
don't want to end a life yet. I haven't just made that leap.
Start
yet.
with the duck.
Dude, my cousin,
Yeah.
Because you just do it.
Start
and
with
you
a
don't
squirrel.
have time to think.
my
Squirrels are
my
cute,
cousin
man.
just went on this hunt. I saw his Instagram page. He just went on this hunt. Apparently, it was one of those like kind of a big deal ones, and he shot this moose. This thing.
That's a once in a
Yeah,
lifetime.
that's a moose
Oh, is that what it is?
Because
Once
you can
in a
only,
lifetime.
you're only allowed one, right?
in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Here
So-
in Utah, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Once in a lifetime.
Gotcha. Cause he got this moose. Holy hell! Like the rack on this thing was probably bigger than this table. Like it was nuts. I was like, holy
Big old
crap!
palms on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how hunters do it because when you get one of those once in a lifetime things, like you can't redraw it. So even if you don't kill a moose, like that's your last chance.
Yep.
So
Oh,
a lot
jeez.
of people will take off like the month
Yes.
and try and like scope it out
Do
and
the
everything.
whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'll do.
And that's something I've never been able to.
I've been
fathom.
trying for bison for years and years. As soon
That'd
as
be
that
cool.
comes.
You just go to Antelope Island?
No. That's a hard, you can, but that's a hard draw.
See, look at that.
It's the
Oh
head-
my gosh,
Henry-
dude!
Yeah, that's a good bull.
Tell him I want that head right here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got my deer hunt
Good
coming
heavens.
up too, if you're interested.
Right?
Freaking crazy.
Deer
huh?
hunt's coming up
Oh,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
interested.
I love it. It's so fun, man.
I need friends who hunt.
Hey, man, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I can point and shoot.
I got another in the news story.
Yeah, do it. I got one more too.
So I don't know when. I know this happened recently, but I don't have exact dates. So there was this lady. Oh shoot! I can't even remember what state it was in. I want to say Virginia, but I could be wrong. But there was this lady that got arrested for stealing 11 cases of chicken wings from the school, from the elementary school. She was a lunch lady.
Oh.
And she was in charge of the orders. And 11 cases in, it was 9 months. And so they estimated that she stole like it was like $1.5 million of chicken wings in 9 months.
What cases?
I thought I was thinking a box.
Well, I don't know how what these cases come in, but yeah, then it was saying 11 cases, and it was like each case had how many wings was it?
Man, she must love her chicken.
That's a lot of dead chickens.
I'm thinking she had kind of an underground chicken wing thing going because that many chicken wings in that many months.
Yeah.
But she's going to prison for like 9 years. For
Oh
it.
my gosh, she'll be let out early on good behavior.
The funny thing is, I wish I remembered which one it was, but there was a football player, an NFL player, that said, "Shoot, I'll donate 1.5 million in chicken wings just to bail her out." The justice system over there was just like, "Sorry, it doesn't work that way."
That's crazy.
That many chicken wings. They didn't notice until, the way they found out was they were only like not even halfway through the school year, and they were already $300,000 over budget.
Wow. That's crazy. Man. My other piece in the news was Australia is to ban Instagram for youths under 16.
I'm good with that.
Wow.
Did you
Just
see that?
Instagram?
Yeah, just Instagram. But
I
I'm
think
sure.
it's a parent's choice,
I was
but
gonna say, as a parent, you should probably already do that.
Yeah, but I mean, social media is messing up the youth, man.
Did you see
100%.
California passed that no cell phones law in school?
See, that's silly.
And
That's too much.
But it was like the
because
schools,
it's California, huh?
the schools have until year 2026 to like get things in order and ready
No
for
cell
it.
phones. They should be able to leave their cell phone in their locker, just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, I get
Yeah,
it. It's
here's
a
the-
big
I mean-
distraction, but
100%.
But
But
still,
just
it's like,
no,
what's-
not out of your locker.
Yeah.
That way, if
Yeah.
there's an emergency or something, if you're going in between class, check and make sure everything's okay.
yeah.
Or just
We can't put
or
the
just
genie
in
back in
each
the bottle on
classroom,
that.
you have a bin you put it in.
Yeah.
That's
Jimmy-
actually the picture it showed that. I don't know if it was an AI generated picture with the idea or if it was an actual thing, but yeah, each classroom had like a little lock.
I mean, that's
Like a
something. I mean,
locker.
honestly, I'm kind of behind it. That
agree.
doesn't bother me. I think that's great.
Well, it's like we survived without cell phones.
Yeah.
It's
Barely.
just one of those things where it's like I don't feel like there needs to be a law for it. It just needs to be
Parents.
Yeah.
better raising. Like
Yeah, but at the same time, you have kids that are hard headed and they're gonna
Right.
fight it.
at the same time, you have people who are hard headed and say things that people don't agree with.
Yeah.
Like the fear is that that's just one step closer to banning freedom of speech, and then we're screwed.
I don't know about that.
That's the thing is they push
There's a
and
time and a
push.
place, though.
They push and
It's a
push.
step, you mean?
Every little thing is
Yeah.
a step towards that.
Yeah.
Like it's overreach. To me, it's overreach.
And then they cut back, and then they overreach, and then they cut back.
Well,
And
they
then
use
they
these
end up
things.
right
And they're, oh,
here.
this is for your betterment. This is for your safety. Remember
Yeah.
the Patriot Act?
Yeah.
Like it's a little too much. Like I think we look too much to the government when we should be looking to our families, our community,
Right.
to better our society. Government's not going to do crap.
Yeah. Good point.
Look at our deficit. They can't do anything right. For real.
We don't want to
They are
bring up the
terrible with
deficit.
money. The only reason they're rich is because of insider trading.
All right, let's jump.
Conglomerate. It's called
Dude, speaking of insider trading, did you see Nancy Pelosi just sold $1 million of stock
In what?
in oh, it's gonna kill me. What was it? It's in my
Is it in the stock of I'm a lying whole bag?
dude.
That's the one.
How did you know?
Is it? Oh, all right. Great.
$1 million worth of Visa stock 2 months ago.
So what does
Better
she
get
know?
out of Visa.
Yeah, what does she know?
Well, Visa just had like something come against them, as of
and
like
she probably knows
Yeah,
a lot about it.
Isn't she like under some kind of investigation?
dude, she better be.
Because someone was telling me that she had like a 65% growth. Or I don't know
It was-
stocks.
it-
I don't know
it
the
was
word.
astronomical.
I don't know the
Yeah.
wording, but she had a 60% something growth when your professionals, so to speak, at best are like 20 to 30%.
Yeah, she's absolutely beat the stock market by a large
They
margin.
all know a lot.
Conveniently know a lot.
On both sides. If you look at the list
Oh, yeah.
of people, look on
It's
both
all
sides
of
of the
them.
aisle. Like the people who've made so much money on stocks.
Yeah.
Dan
Term
Cringe.
limits and no insider trading.
Yeah, dude, I want term limits. If NFL players can't bet on themselves in Vegas,
Yeah.
then politicians should not be able to place any sort of stock on anything. Let's see. All right. Anyway, okay, let's move on. I have one wow thing. Can I share my wow factor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow!
This is gonna blow your dang minds. You ready for this? It's 80,000 BC.
Okay.
Okay? You are immortal. The world is still frozen in an ice age. You decide to save $10,000 every day, never spending a single cent. Okay? 82,024 years later, it's 2024. You still don't have as much money as Elon Musk.
Oh my gosh. Shut up. That's why the guys.
I have
That's
ran.
why the guy can be so like untouchable and say whatever. Because
I-
what's anyone gonna do?
I don't like.
I have ran the numbers, and that total came to 299,387,600,000. And Elon Musk's peak worth, and granted it's gone down since, but his peak worth was 340 billion.
Unreal.
340.
Isn't that sickening?
That's insane.
That's wild.
80,000 BC, you're saving 10 grand every day. Don't even come close.
Oh my god.
Fun
I
fact.
mean, you come close, but not that close.
That reminds me of something else I heard
You're still
today.
40 billion off.
Did you know that P. Diddy has to pay Sting $2,000 a day for the rest of his life?
Yeah,
I saw that.
that's crazy.
So he put all 6 of his kids through college, and he's like, and this new song, because someone else just did it not too long ago also.
Yeah, it was. What's his name?
$2,000 a day, you said?
Yeah, because he didn't get permission to sample every breath you take.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? But he's got the money. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he probably made so much money off that song.
That's a lots of monies.
Yeah, dude. All right.
Yeah, and it was Elton John that even tipped him off to it.
Yeah.
Sting didn't even know.
Shoot, where was it?
Yeah, he doesn't listen to the music. He didn't know about it.
of that day.
It's like, wait a second, this is my song.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I do a group question or should I just jump straight into jokes?
Give us the joke.
You want the joke?
I don't know. What's the group
Does it-
question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You mean like a question for us as a
Yeah.
group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Zach, wake up.
We're at
Thank
an
you.
hour and 22.
Okay. You get $10,000 once a year, but for the rest of your life, for the rest of the year, you're guaranteed to get throat chopped once at any given moment. Do you take the deal?
10,000 how often?
You get $10,000 a year,
That's
Oh.
it?
but at any given moment, once a year, you get throat chopped.
Just once.
Just once.
Taking the 10 grand.
Probably.
Speaking of the mic, we can't hear you.
Taking the 10 grand.
Are you?
Yep.
Are you
10
taking?
grand a year.
How bad of a throat chop we talking
We
about?
don't-
Is
like
this gonna
probably
be-
like a
is there gonna
decent
be
chop.
damage?
I don't know.
I was gonna
Tony, let's
say.
try it.
We're gonna have to use that 10,000 to pay for reconstructive
Okay, let's
surgery.
say it's not any harder than like a.
Let's say smoking's not addicting.
I'd take it.
You take 10 grand for a throat chop.
Heck
Like
yeah,
it's painful, but it's not like
for a day.
collapsing your esophagus painful.
Exactly.
But it could be at any moment.
Yeah.
That's a lot of anxiety for them.
mean, I
Yeah, that's
feel
what
like
I'm thinking,
You'd
dude.
see it coming.
Would
You'd
you?
notice if you were alone in a
Or
room.
what if someone came up behind you and just went whap?
That's fine. It happened once.
Who's doing it? I'm curious. Like if it's like
some random guy's paying $10,000.
like what if I'm in the middle of doing my wife?
It might
Yeah.
be nice. It
I
I was
mean,
like-
maybe, and then you're like, ding,
might.
kink unlocked.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I like
I
that.
feel like
Harder, Daddy.
that's
I'll do it the hard way.
Earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting throat chopped,
Nah,
man. I
10
hate
grand
getting
each.
throat chopped.
10 grand is a lot of money, but then a year, I'm like that just turns into dollars. Like just I don't know.
I don't know, but 10 grand is 10 grand.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not doing it. I couldn't live with that anxiety.
Just once a year. I think it would just turn it for me. I'd probably forget halfway through
I
the
just
year.
buy some.
Oh yeah,
The first
I
year,
forgot that was coming.
the first year, I'd buy some throat armor. Just wear a metal like neck thing all day,
Right,
every day.
part of the deal.
like that thing she wears in
Nothing
Blade
said I
2.
can't protect myself.
I don't know, man. I think it's pretty good. But I don't think I'm doing it. Anyway, all right. Okay, on to the jokes. I hope you guys brought yours, because I got a pretty good one.
I got one.
Nothing.
You got nothing? Who brought jokes?
I got a
Other than
joke.
myself.
All right, who wants to go
Zach
first?
is a joke.
Go ahead. You want to go or me?
You go.
You want me to go? All right, mine's good.
I'm nervous
I
to
said
tell
that
mine.
last
I'm,
time.
I'm afraid I'm going to
These
say
all
it
dad
wrong.
jokes, right?
Okay, so this is a joke from Reddit. So I'll read you the subreddit title. It says, "What's the best thing that happened to you in a truth or dare?" And this is a reply. In high school, I was dared to play gay chicken, which is where two straight guys pretend to be gay and the first one to chicken out loses. The other guy and I are both very stubborn, and neither one of us wanted to lose. We've been married 14 years, and we run a bed and breakfast in Vermont without our adopted daughter. If that dude doesn't chicken out soon, I'm going to start to suspect that he's actually gay.
That's like, who was it that told the cop? Yeah, that's funny.
That's a way to get a lover. Gay chicken, huh?
Dude, who was it that was talking about there should be a reality show?
Yes. Yes.
Have you heard about
I've
it?
heard about this. Is fantastic. Go.
There should be a reality show where you might have to say it, but it's like you have like 20 guys and
They're all straight.
but they have to guess. Oh shoot!
Now you've made me question what it is.
Because it's like, I think that's what it is. It's like they're all actually straight, but they're told that one guy is straight.
Yes, so
and
they
so
all
they
have to
all
pretend to be
think
gay.
they all think that they are the straight guy. But then it was like if the straight guy can keep himself hidden the entire episode, then he wins all this money. But the twist at the end is that they're all actually straight. So you have 20 straight guys pretending to be gay.
In order to win the money. I love it. I would watch. That would be peak comedy. I would watch every episode, every single one.
Who do you think would win out of us?
Not me.
If we all had to pretend to be gay.
How much money we talking?
It reminds me of that Key and Peele. Remember that Key and Peele where they're playing charades? And Key's like, okay, like they're a great team, right? They're playing charades, and he's like, okay, this guy's gay, and Peele's like, me. He's like, and his wife is like, they're playing with their wives, and he's like, no, like this guy, like he's basically explaining Elton John, and every time he's like, me, and his wife starts crying and stuff. He's like, it's not you, man, stop it. And he's like, oh, Elton John.
And
everyone's just like,
that, but that's
okay, we're done.
awesome.
It's so funny.
I love it.
I got a joke for you.
All right, let's
Okay.
hear it.
The chicken and the egg are in bed. The chicken rolls over and lights a cigarette, and the egg says, well, I guess that answers that question. Do you get it?
Nice. What was it?
Which
Who came first?
first?
Chicken or the egg?
Got him.
I got you.
All right, Tony, you're up.
All right, I hope I tell this right. I just heard it earlier today. All right, so the teacher turns to little Johnny and says, all right, you got 5 birds up on a high wire, and you take out your shotgun and you shoot one of them. How many do you have left? And Johnny says, none. The teacher says, why? And he said, well, because the other 4 would get scared of the gun and fly away. And the teacher's like, well, no, the other birds would just fly away. That's what he said. And the teacher's like, well, no, you'd have 4, but I like the way you think. And then, so little Johnny asked the teacher, he's like, teacher, you have 3 ladies eating ice cream. One of them is sucking it, one of them is licking it, and the other one is biting it. Which one is married? And the teacher goes, I don't know, I guess the one that's sucking it. He says, no, the one with the wedding ring, but I like the way you think.
Way to go, Johnny! Oh, that's
Naughty
awesome.
Johnny.
Zach's covering his eyes over there. That's a good one. You got one for us, Zach?
I ain't got nothing.
Not a one. Chris, what's your joke?
I got a story joke or I got a dad joke. Which one you want?
Whichever one you want to share.
One's short and sweet.
The funniest one.
I don't know, man.
Dad it up.
Dad it up. If it's not good enough, we'll make you do the story one.
I got.
A lot of pressure.
There we go.
That's not a lot of pressure. I'll just tell them both.
All right.
Man got us. Now it's pressure.
All right, let's hear it.
So, I got a sunburn, so I took a Viagra.
Why?
It doesn't do anything for the sunburn, but it sure helps keep the sheets off.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
That's good.
That one's good.
I like
You want
it.
to do the story?
Nah, we're good.
Oh, all right. All right.
Save it for the next one.
I was like, where's this one going? No, that's good. I like it. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this vomit. If you made it here to the end, let's do the hashtag sunburn.
I like
yeah.
it.
And yeah, thanks so much. Again, if you've made it here and you're new, hit that subscribe, hit that like, and that notification bell so you'll be alerted when we upload new content. Also, I'm going to do my best, and I keep saying this because just work keeps getting in the way, but I really want to start doing little shorts or reels on our Instagram page. So if you're not following us on Instagram, do yourself a favor, go down and into the description of this podcast or this video and follow us on all major platforms there, our personal accounts. It'd be really great. And you'll see all the short form content leading up to that. So
Also, if you have suggestions, timestamp it. What you think would be a hilarious short?
yes,
That's
I can
good.
use
That's a
all the
good one.
help.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys here next week. Thanks so much.
You.
Love you guys.
Ciao.
See you soon.
Arrivederci.
Thanks for being part of this crowd.